Hey, my Benzo friends, it's Dr. Jen here. I recently blogged about rage and anger in benzo withdrawal, but I've had a lot of people say, please, Jen, do a video about it. So here we go. Let's dive right in. We have to think about how these drugs work because that's why we're having the, the anger and rage. So they work on the GABA receptors, which is a whole inhibitory system. So over time, the brain says, no, 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 no. We're way too calm. We're way too inhibited. We need more excitatory action across the neuron. So it figures out, hey, if we turn down some of these receptors that the drug works with, we can stop having so much sedation. So that's exactly what the brain does. It's really smart. It's designed so beautifully. And that process is called neuroadaptation. And it is the neuroadaptation that is causing so many of our problems because the neurons have adapted to the drug by shutting down some of the receptors that the drug will work on. So the brain does not have to be so inhibited, so calm. And you've got the opposite effect of the inhibitory system. That's the glutamate, that's the gas pedal, go, go, go. So it's trying its best to fire up and to get some sort of balance in coping with the over sedation. That's kind of it in a real broad stroke layman's terms. So your brake pedal, the braking system is no longer working very well. Let's just put it like that. And the gas pedal's like floored to the, just down to the floorboards. So you've got a hyperexcited nervous system. And that's what's causing a lot of the issues, because when you don't have the ability to stay at homeostasis to work with the inhibitory and the excitatory, your threat detection circuitry is going to be misfiring. And you've got a right and a left amygdala, that's part of the limbic system, and it's going to be misfiring. So your nervous system will most likely be in a protect state, sympathetic fight or flight, or a parasympathetic dorsal vagal freeze. And in the protect state, it's all negative. It's all doom and gloom, because there's a phenomenon called state drive story. The state of your nervous system fuels and flavors your thoughts and feelings. So in the protect state, it's all going to be doom and gloom, regret, anger, fear, frustration, jealousy, envy, anger, rage. Because our nervous system it can't very easily move over into our default state, which is the connect state, which is where we want to be. And that is a parasympathetic ventral vagal response. And there it's an outward focus, and we've got positive thoughts and feelings. We can be kind, compassionate, caring, curious, confident. It's positive. Outward focus, positive. The protect state's an inward focus. We got to defend, and it is negative. So through no fault of your own, because of this neuroadaptation, which can happen within a very short period of time, or it can take longer for others. And we don't know why that is. We don't know what the DNA anomaly is that allows the drug to come in and harm some people like so quickly, within days, just a few pills, and others can stay on these drugs for years and years. Some never get harmed, and others it can take years before they go into what we call tolerance withdrawal. So you don't have a completely properly functioning nervous system. So being in that protect state, you're going to have really intense feelings that are mostly going to be negative. And with that can come some intense anger and rage. Now, I just want to normalize it and let you know that it happens for people. But just because you can feel those things, I don't want you then to think, oh, well, it's just benzo withdrawal, so I've just got, carte blanche to express all that. No. Let's think about what we really need to have, which is safety. And by the way, safety is what we are experiencing when we're in the connect state, that parasympathetic ventral vagal response. So if you want to think about it, the two states are Safety and threat. The protect system, is the threat. You're feeling a threat. So we don't want to act on our anger and rage in ways that could put ourselves or somebody else at harm. All right? So let me say it again. This is really important. It is not okay to act out on our anger or our rage in ways that could be harming to ourselves or to someone else. And that's just not physical, that's emotional. So we have to be careful about what we say, because we can say very hurtful and mean things. And we might say, I'm sorry later, but people never forget how we've made them feel. They might forget all the words verbatim, but they're not going to forget that. And sorry can never take that away. So let's just do our best to behave in a way where we don't have to say I'm sorry. So what do we need to do that if we're just all overcome with our, swirling, just anger and rage? And I was there, trust me, I had it a few times. It was very uncomfortable. You kind of feel like you're about to lose your mind and just, lose control. But I believe that we can all take a breath, and that's the important thing, is to take that breath, to know when it's bubbling. It's like, oh, here it's starting. I better do something about it. Have a plan beforehand. So when you're having those feelings, this is what you're going to go do. And come up, and we can talk about some of those things that you could choose to do, but you could get very creative. So it's really, really important that you pause, give yourself that emotional space before you say anything, before you do anything. And you might have to tell someone that you're with, I really need to just go be by myself for a little bit. I'm overwhelmed. I need a timeout. I'm going to put myself in timeout. So giving yourself that emotional space is really, really important. And then again, having a plan. What are you going to do? So there are some healthy ways you can kind of, drain off some of that anger and rage. Get a pool noodle and hit a bed with it, or get a plastic wiffle ball, bat. Go take a walk, shoot some hoops. I had one client who would put on safety goggles. She'd go in her garage and get dishes from the thrift store, and she'd go throw them in the corner. She said that was very satisfying to her. So find ways that you can drain that off that isn't going to hurt you or hurt somebody else. And remember, it's not just physical hurt, it's also emotional hurt. We don't want to say anything that is unkind. And that's one of those Buddhist things that we can use. You can always ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And if what you want to say doesn't check off those boxes, zip it. And I know it can be really hard, trust me. But I have learned to put my tongue to the roof of my mouth, take a few calming breaths, and then knowing in my heart I'd rather be happy than right. So I don't have to correct everybody when they're wrong or they're disagreeing. It's just like, let it go. So do your best to find some safe ways to drain off that extra energy, if that's what you need to do. But then definitely come up with some ways that you can be reminded to not speak the hurtful things. And definitely you are not allowed to hurt yourself. Not an option. Not an option at all. So some of the things that you might want to consider is working with a really good therapist. Now, they don't have to be Benzo-wise. I know it's really hard to find Benzo-wise, any type of Benzo-wise healthcare professional, but you can certainly try to let them know a little bit about benzo withdrawal. Ask them to take the certification course I have for healthcare professionals, and anybody can take it. I've even got people in the benzo community that say, I just want to take it. I'm like, sure, please feel free. But you might want to ask them to take it so they're a little more educated, but at least they might be able to help you just find ways, practice cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, find ways to deal with that overwhelming negativity that rises up. So I hope that you will go and read the blog, because there's a lot more tips and a lot more details. I didn't want to make this video too long. So I hope that what you're taking away today is that anger and rage is common in benzo withdrawal, and it happens because of the neuroadaptation, the changes in our brain, our nervous system, that makes it so hyperexcitable. And so we're in a protect state, in that we're feeling threatened state most of the time through no fault of our own. It's just until we get more GABA receptors, until we get more calming ability, our nervous system can't get over into that state where we feel safe, into that connect state, into that parasympathetic ventral vagal response. But you're healing every minute of every day. Your brain and nervous is in there doing its very best to right it all. Just takes time. It's like the dominoes fall really quickly. It takes them a lot longer to put them back up. So, we can get damaged very quickly by these medications, and then it takes, for some of us, quite a bit of time to get well. But we're all working towards that. Everybody has a body that is designed to recover from this. We don't have to worry about it. Our brains and our nervous system want to be back at homeostasis. So it's really important that we do work with that anger and rage, because when we are expressing it, especially expressing it inappropriately, my friends, you're just pouring gas on the protect fire. You're just keeping this negative feedback loop of keeping your nervous system hyperexcited. So do your best. Take some calming breaths, some centering breaths, have a plan as to what you can do, and do your very best. And if you need more help, book a one-to-one coaching session with me, or feel free to come and join us in my support group. I have a tapering club. You can just join that. We meet every Tuesday at 9 o'clock Pacific, or you can join the big Benzo Withdrawal Help Premium Support Group, and that meets Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live at 9 o'clock Pacific. Or if you're tapering, you'll get 4 days then. And there's a lot of perks in there. I'm not going to take the time to explain it all. If you'd like to come and just check it out, go over to my website, benzowithdrawalhelp.com, look on the front page, and there is an invite where you can come in and kind of kick the tires, check it out for free. You won't get access to all the bells and whistles. Those are for paying members, but you can come and kind of get a feel for it. And on October 16th, it's a Monday, I will be doing it's at 12:30 Pacific, I'll be doing a free Q&A. So come and join us, and join me for the Q&A. Be happy to answer your questions for you. All right, my friends, please take very, very, very good care of yourself, please. I know that benzo withdrawal is a really challenging time. I don't have words. I lived through it, and I know how awful it was, and I've helped thousands of people. This month, October, is my 13th year, 13 years in the benzo community. And I am 12 years off my benzo. We really do get well. All right, so let's end this video as we always do. Are you ready? We're going to say it twice. See if you can say it out loud with me, all right? I am safe. I am healing. I will recover. One more time. I am safe. I am healing. I will recover. Because those words are true. All right, my friends, I will see you on the next video. Please take good care.